Welcome back to Midday Kentucky. It's time for another session of Wednesday's Wealth, and we are discussing exactly how we can win our financial game. And joining me today is Jonathan Davis and Tom Heitz from JT Davis Asset Management. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Okay, so what exactly does it mean to win your financial game? Because you know a lot about winning, both of you do, because you played for UK, right?
Yes, we did. We were teammates there, and Tom is someone who I wanted to bring on to the team and make sure that we, I guess, create a synergy so that most people can see how it is that we do financial coaching for people. I'm going to let him talk a little bit more about that because he's an expert in this field.
All right, all right. Well, why is it so important for us to win the financial game overall?
Well, Lisa, it's very important to win the financial game because I like to tell people we have two games. We have a pre-retirement game and we have a retirement game. And there's different strategies, just like when you come in and play for University of Kentucky, you got to take the player and you got to maximize their strengths. That's what we do with our clients, is to find out where they're at, what's their best game, and help them to develop a strategy for that.
Okay, and what are some of the steps that people are going to need to do in order to win that game?
Well, that's interesting. I had a client tell me that working with us was kind of like stilettos and Spanx. And I'll explain. It's not that we have any experience with that, but I got to tell you, she said the stilettos part is what you like to talk about, the investments and money. The Spanx part, which she said, it's things you got to discuss, but sometimes it's uncomfortable, but it's needed.
Okay, that really does put it into perspective, doesn't it? Okay, so how do we know if we are on track when we're handling our finances and playing the game? Are there certain steps that we need to take in order to track that success?
Absolutely. What you have to do first and foremost, and this is whether you're a nurse working or a multimillionaire athlete, you have got to get some type of, I don't like to say budget sheet because that turns people off, almost like diet, but I say it's a money allocation strategy. What comes in, what goes out, and then what do you do with the extra?
Wow. And what should people do first when they're putting together their game plan? Jonathan, what would you say is
I think the first thing is to face reality, because a lot of times we, when it comes to money, I read an interesting anecdote that says that 51% of Americans would rather talk about death than talk about money. And people don't normally want to face reality and try to figure out where they are.
Right.
First, just kind of sit down and figure out, this is where I'm at, this is who I am. Kind of like in basketball, if you're a 7-footer, you're going to play one way. As opposed to if you're 5'9", you're going to play another way.
Right.
Figure out where you are and then make a plan based on where you are at that point. And then try to figure out, how do I get from where I am to where I want to get to, based on the tools that I currently have.
Right.
Whether that's $50 a month saving or whether that's you've got 10 million, doesn't really matter.
Well, and I think that's my next question. A lot of times people might not be making the big bucks, quote unquote. So they kind of don't really take their financial planning seriously because they're living paycheck to paycheck and they're, they're kind of just getting by.
They've got to take that first step, even if it's just $50 a month. And that's not only what we do as a business, but we're willing to help people to at least get started, especially a younger person.
Right.
If you say $50 a month for, for 50 years or 40 years of your working life, that could be millions of dollars if it's properly invested. Just $50 a month.
Wow. So what should people do then before they contact you all? What do they need to do in order to get started?
The first thing is, I like to say it's the 3 C's. You got to get clear and concise and committed. Clear on what you want to do, concise in what exactly you want to do, and then committed. That's one of our specialties when we work with people, because if you say that, people say that sounds good, but can we have a little bit of help? So just like we had coaches to optimize our experience at UK, we help clients do the same thing to set up their game plan.
So you're going to be our coach in getting our game plan, our financial game plan going then. Is that what I'm hearing?
You got to get your financial sweats on and we're going to work out, Lisa.
That's right.
Oh, Lord. I'm going to need all the help I can get. I'm going to put you guys through the ringer. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Well, we have your information on the screen. Thank you so much for joining us. And in order to contact them, give them a call. They can definitely help get you on your way to your best financial situation. And we will be in the kitchen with Allison Davis after the break. Today we are going to be looking at a very interesting holiday gift